Hello, traders. Gary Wagner with WFGForex.com, your daily market update for Forex Gold. It is the first day of June, Tuesday, and this is the daily report. Forex Gold is trading substantially higher most of the day, trading in double digits to the upside, currently trading at 1223.50. It looks like we have found a little bit of resistance at 1230. I'll explain that through today's daily report. We'll also be looking at my view for this week as well as my view for the second half of the year. In other words, what I'm looking for a longer term view, all here on today's daily report. We have an interesting scenario brewing in the marketplace. Fundamentally, gold rose double digits today after Fitch, which is a rating agency, lowered its credit rating on Spain from a AAA to a AA. Now, that adds Spain into the mix with the concern of the euro crisis. Of course, the debt relief package we had over in Greece. We talked about adding Spain weeks ago, and we said that if that happened, in fact, you should see kind of a reaction in the marketplaces. In other words, that flight to quality. Right now, investors are looking to gold as a safety net, as a safe haven investment. And what I'm finding interesting also is that we saw the euro fall to its lowest level, I think, in over 4 years. There are analysts out there talking about the euro dollar going back to parity, meaning 1 euro equaling $1 within the near future. And traders, that's something we absolutely want to pay attention to, and that's something that we need to focus on very, very closely. In fact, one of the things that would happen if, in fact, the euro dollar and the U.S. dollar went back to parity is that its relationship in terms of its gold price would also go to parity. And therefore, with the euro trading just under 1,000 euros per ounce of gold, a move to parity, let's say at this level, would bring it up some 200 points. That would be significant. So the euro gold spread is something that we are going to take some very, very close looks at and look to re-enter that market in the short term. Now, I can safely say at this point that the resistance I had pegged at 1220 is now firmly entrenched and should indicate some interim support. I'm still showing substantial support at 1200. Next level of support is at 1220, and I'm now pegging resistance at 1230. Well, where am I looking for the market to go? I still think that we have the opportunity, and traders, I always underline the opportunity or possibility for this fifth wave that we're witnessing to carry us to around 1265. That is my target. However, before we get to that, we need to break resistance right in here. We need to see some closes above 1230. And then, of course, our next point is going to be to test our record highs, which are at 1248 right about here. So I'm not really to wrap up the bag and say that that's where we're going to go. But it does appear, at least tentative, that if we can take out our basic resistance here at 1230, if we can go ahead and test these highs and take those out at 1248, I think that in terms of what we will witness is a move to new record highs, as I said, anywhere between 1260 1265, and I think that longer term, gold is going to go to about 1300. However, traders, I do think that once this wave 5 is carried out, we will see some sort of a sizable correction. Where will the correction take us? Well, at that point, let us plot Fibonacci, look at our retracement areas, and thereby we can get some sort of handle. It's much, much too early for us to look at the points in which we'll see a retracement go, because we are still, in my opinion again, firmly entrenched in this wave 5. This wave 5 is an impulse wave, and that impulse wave should carry us higher. We have had no indications as of yet that the market wants to soften yet. However, that could change on a dime. This could be the end of the wave. My personal feeling is it will not. I see a little bit of profit taking going in as we went in, tested a high of around 1229, currently trading at 1222.68. The other thing that I'm finding interesting, and one of the things we're going to talk about is absolutely traders, we're going to be raising our stop up today. But if you recall from the last couple of days, we talked about what tends to happen when we see these I'll call them a doji cluster, and I saw a similarity. I saw the point in which we had kind of a profit-taking session, some breathing room, consolidation in the market, and then a breakout to the upside. I talked about the fact that it did look similar, traders, and that we had the possibility again for a breakout. Well, lo and behold, we did see our breakout over the last couple of days. If we look at the range, which is around 1210 to a high of 1229, we saw that $20 move breakout. Of course, not as substantial as this move here, but still, it was a breakout to the upside. So I think that one thing that it is indicative of is that we're witnessing a new game here. In other words, what I would have normally projected based on candlestick analysis, meaning seeing those dojis, looking for potential tops, because we are witnessing breakouts to the upside, because we are witnessing such a strong bull run here, we have to look at the information, we have to digest it in a different way. That makes sense to me because we're looking at, really, traders, a different scenario than we've ever witnessed before. And that's indicative when we consider that gold is trading higher than it ever has before. Realize trading at 1222 is still above this record top right here. And we've clearly taken that out. We've got resistance levels that are now well above the historical highs that we had last year. So traders, we are again in uncharted territory. Yes, we have traded in these areas, but as you can see, from this area to this area, meaning from the 1230 to, let's call it 1250, it's 1248, those are areas where we consolidated. We had that 1 day up. We had a close that was around 1237, but really on a closing basis, that's what we witnessed, because the next few days we had these black doji-like candles, and that signaled our downtrend. Of course, that's when we pulled profits at 1229 after this nice move up here. Traders, stops. Absolutely move your stop to 1209. Again, traders, move stops to 1209. And lastly, let's take a look at our old friend, the euro dollar, or what I call euro gold, the cross spread of the euro dollar against gold. It has been a very, very interesting day. Yesterday, it breached and traded above that critical, I call it a psychological 1,000 level. It came into superlative support, superlative resistance. If you take these tops that we have right in here, and we draw it across right around 1008. And what we have here is what's called a shooting star. If it's found at the bottom of the market, it's called an inverted hammer. Currently trading at 996.22. The volatility in this particular euro gold is extreme. It is something, traders, that we are going to take a look at. We have had a brilliant, brilliant start to the month of June. And let's see what this trading week wants to bring. I think we're going to find it to be a very, very fascinating month. Traders, this has been Gary Wagner with WFG Forex, wishing you, as always, good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
look.